Hey everybody, this is Cricket here, going to be giving you guys a Force Strategy Gaming cast. And first and foremost, I want to go and apologize for the last one that I uploaded. My computer was basically in self-destruct mode. A lot of stuff got cut and messed up. My channel, there was a bunch of videos that I had uploaded that were just completely messed up, and it was a 3-day adventure of me going through every forum, every program I could think of to fix it, and it appears that I have found the light. I have found the way that it is fixed and ready to go. And then I want to go and thank Force, as he was trying to guide me through some of the stuff, possibilities. We were both stumped for days upon days, but it looks like it is resolved. And so I'm going to be able to give you guys high quality video and audio in 1080p with very hopefully no lag. So I'm really excited about that. And this is going to be a TVZ matchup, and the strategy that's going to be used is going to be very unusual. Very kind of, it feels crazy, but it's good. Just bear with me, stay with me. Zerg players, I'm pretty sure you're going to like it. Of course, one thing that we know about Metalopolis is ZVTs, close positions. It's hard as a Zerg player. It's just, pro players will even go to say that it's basically an automatic loss. There's so much stuff you can't do, and so much stuff that the Terran can do to just completely stomp you. And so Spanishwal is going to be our blue Zerg player. This was played on ladder, and his opponent is going to be the red Terran player Namking. I'm not sure if that's how it's pronounced, but that's what I'm going to roll with. So it was on ladder. Of course, Spanishwal is a 4.1k master level player, and Namking isn't far behind, so this is going to be a very high level game. Of course, Spanishwal, one of the things about this build is it's a 16 hatch. I know, crazy, right? It works though. 16 hatch, 15 pool. Now this is actually taken from Damaga's ZVZ build. That's where Spanishwal got the initial idea for it, trying to use it in different kinds of matchups, and he actually uses it in almost all of his matchups now. But it's a very economical build, and actually the pool doesn't get done much later than if you were doing a 15-14 or a 14-14. It's actually pretty close to the same. You don't really lose much time, and what this build centers on is queens. Now you're going to see how they use and why it works. So I'm going to hopefully be able to give you guys a play-by-play on that. Of course, we do see Spanishwal is going to go ahead and gas steal. Of course, we know that 2 Marines out DPS the build time of an extractor, so he can continue to cancel and remake as long as there's 2 Marines there for as long as he wants. And actually, I know a few Terran players that let them keep doing it because they know that they're wasting like 6 or 7 minerals every single time that they do it. To a Zerg player, not that big of a deal to know that those Marines are not coming for his base. It's worth that amount of money, in my opinion. And of course, the great part about this cancel is Namking has to be very careful that he does not show his buildings, because a cancel, if the drone ends up on this side of the cancel, they will scout that command center. So need to be very careful about that. But we do see that there has been a factory swap on the reactor, so there's going to be 2 Hellions out in trying to do early economic damage to Spanishwal. Now the first 2 queens are out, they've injected, and of course you can already see on the queue that there's going to be 2 more queens coming out. And so why does this work? Because each queen is injecting the hatcheries, and then you have 2 queens that are going to block the ramp. And of course 1 spine is pretty risky. I always do at least 2, even 3 on this matchup, close positions, just because it's so scary. We see the first 2 Hellions are just hunkering right outside Spanishwal's base, hoping to do a lot of damage, but those spines, you already saw the spine twitch a little bit. It was hungry, and with this many queens, you're not going to be able to get up the ramp. And even if they do come along the side in order to do a good bit of damage, you can just bring your drones straight through the ramp by selecting all your drones and right-clicking a mineral patch, and they'll just go straight to the main, safe and sound, without losing hardly any drones. Of course, the spines itself scare away the Hellions, and of course the queens in mass. Of course, we can see now 6 are out on the field, and you're going to see he's going to continue to make these queens because, okay, early pressure is what kills you in this matchup in close positions. So let's think Hellions. Okay, that just happened. Maybe if they're a blue flame, it doesn't matter. There's so many queens, they can all transfuse, and then there's the spines to go ahead and defend. Drones can easily run away in enough time as long as you have a fast enough reaction time. Okay, so Hellions are out of the question. even marine all-ins. Those spines, you can continue to transfuse them. You can pull drones off the line to help. And you see, he has only 3 lings on the map, and that's hardly anything. And you can see he doesn't actually have any gas. Well, now he just now got all of his gases. He's going to get the 4th. I know in his updated version he now gets 4 gases right away. And so we see Hellions coming in here roasting. It looks to be about 3 drones, but 3 drones? You're going to spend all this money on all these Hellions and only kill 3 drones. That puts a Zerg player ahead. And of course, in close positions, you need all that you can get. Of course, now with these 3 gases, soon to be 4, the gas just pours in very fast. You get the layer. You can go and get your Zergling speed. So we talked about Hellions. We saw that Hellion did absolutely nothing. Okay, so Banshees. That's really the only other one we haven't talked about. Banshees. Well, Queens freaking own Banshees. And if they're going to get Cloak, those would just be coming right around this time. Layer is almost up, but he could just throw down an Evo Chamber. If he felt something fishy was going on, Evo Chamber, throw down a spore here, 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 you know, just a few spores there and there, whatever. You're making so much money so fast because of all of that. You were just doing straight minerals. Now, the best part about the Queens, they can transfuse. They have a lot of health. They can inject. They can spread creep, and they don't cost any larva. So you continue to make drones, no lings, and you have defense for your base. You just have to sack a few drones for the spines. And so your economy is super strong, which Zerg players love, and you're able to defend it with this Queen Spine combination. And of course, we see Hellions coming in here. He knows they were on the way, and no Hellions are going to try to engage that. No shot. So we do see Siege Take Tech coming up for Namking. He has gotten his expansion, and his income is slowly starting to equal that of Spenny-Shuaz. Of course, with the mules, that's really going to help out. Both of these players, phenomenal players, staying on top of their income. And of course, Namking is going for a very typical build. That Marine Marauder tank with Hellion support. This is nothing out of the ordinary. This is something that you would easily see in any kind of ZVT matchup, much less close positions. And of course, all this creep spread, there's going to be creep in Namking's base in no time. He goes ahead and gets the Baneling Nest, so right when the layer finishes, he can go ahead and start centrifugal hooks. And this is a weird combination. Sometimes you can choose to do this or not. He's adding in the Hydralisks. This is kind of an opt. A lot of people would rather go Mutas. That's perfectly fine. I know I tend to go Mutas more than Hydras in this kind of situation, but Spenny-Shuaz really just wanted to show you guys just how strong this can be with even some of the weakest units. So we see a Ling Baneling Queen Hydra combination, and of course these Hydras, they could be Mutas in order to do a little bit of harass and to counter those tanks a little bit more, but we're going to see how effective this composition is as they are all doing a little mambo dance in the middle. And it does look like all of them are coming up here, spreading that creep. It looks like Namking is going to be thinking about maybe taking out some of these creep tumors, but still there's so many of them, and he's going to be able to replace them so easily. Spenny-Shuaz really doesn't care. It looks like he's going to come around the side just to see if he can do a little bit of damage. I don't really know if that was really necessary. I think he just lost more than he gained, but just kind of pushing those Hellions back, making sure they might not go for his base. And see, oh my goodness, Zergling's soaking up all that damage, and they are about to have an Armored Defense 1, I think. No, maybe not, maybe not. So Hydras are going to do all the damage. Queens are going to be able to transfuse. Zerglings tank that damage, and of course Banelings are going to mop up the Marines. So of course the Queens, you generally want them to lead with the Lings, so they're going to tank the damage for all of that tank hit, so that the Banelings can connect with the Marines. And the Marauders, well, Hydras destroy Marauders. So you can already begin to see how this really weird composition can actually be viable. So, and of course, this is at the highest level of play, so you really can't say, oh, do this. You know what? Just suck it up and just know that it works. Be okay with the fact that it works, because it does. And I've seen him he's actually tried it out on Ash and a few other big players, and he's actually gotten it to work. So just take that. All right. So anyway, Spenny-Shuaz does look like he's about to engage, making Banelings every which way. And this Terran force that goes up on this hill just doesn't seem so scary anymore. It really doesn't. I mean, it looks like Spenny-Shuaz just kind of taking control of this entire game. He doesn't care if the creep tumors all got killed. He has like 11 queens. How many does he have? He has 13 queens. He's going to be able to reproduce all of those, and creep's going to be in his base in no time once again. He doesn't care, and he still has enough energy for transfusions. So that's the strength in this, is the healing power, the tanking power of the Hellions, and then the utmost damage from Banelings and Hydras. The DPS is just ridiculous. We can see Spanishwa is going to go ahead and snag the gold, be a little sneaky. The Hellion might end up scouting that out, but it does look like Spanishwa is probably going to be engaging soon. If we look at the supply tab, we see that there is about a 20 supply differential. It looks like 30 now. Overlord speed is on the way. I think Spanishwa definitely should have waited for this, but it looks like he's going to go ahead and engage, trying to catch the tanks as much as they can before they get in siege, which ended up working out really well, as the Hydras are just doing so much DPS to bring up the health bars. And oh, look at all those transfusions just going down. It's just mass transfusion. That queen survived so much. All these queens survive so much because of all those transfusions. You can see them continually going down. Of course, slow-moving army. This is like one of those bad horror movies where they're just slowly creeping, and it seems like you can never seem to run fast enough. But Overlord speed is done. This creep is going to go down, and of course, this extremely immobile army is going to all of a sudden take some kills and go super fast. So we see Namking going ahead and GG. Spanishwa able to take that game quite convincingly. It never looked like Spanishwa was in trouble this entire game. So I hope that maybe this has inspired our Zerg players to not give up so easily in close positions in ZVT matchups. So this is at the highest level of play. So I hope that you guys really enjoyed this. Once again, I want to thank Force for allowing me to upload videos. This is a Force Strategy Gaming cast. And of course, I just did a Demaga best of 3 Demaga versus Elfie. So if you guys want to check that out, that's on my channel. And of course, if you guys like this, I just ask that you come to my channel and subscribe and support and continue to watch my videos. So I want to thank you guys for watching this, and this is Cricket. I'm out.